Hi, I'm Steve Lindsay, commander of STS-133. You're watching NASA TV.
Space Shuttle Discovery, the venerable veteran of America's human spaceflight fleet, proudly resting atop Launch Pad 39A here at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Her wings outstretched and ready to soar into space for the 39th and final time.
And here we have the crew walking out of crew quarters. This is a very historical walkway. It's the same path that the Apollo astronauts took to go to the moon. And over the last 30 years, there's been 133 odd shuttle crews that have walked out here to catch this bus for the exciting ride out to the launch pad. The crew will step out of the Astrovan, and you'll probably see them step back and look up, which is a little hard to do in the heavy suits that they have. But you get an opportunity to stand there and see the shuttle from a very unique perspective. The view itself is spectacular, but your perspective is particularly unique because you know that it is the ride that's going to take you out into orbit. There you can see the crew having a group hug and a little quiet moment for themselves to consolidate their thoughts. Wish each other well, and then it's back to work.
20 seconds. The sound suppression water system has been activated, protecting Discovery and the launch pad from acoustical energy waves. Go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and the final liftoff of Discovery. A tribute to the dedication, hard work, and pride of America's space shuttle team. The shuttle has cleared the tower.
Roger. Discovery. This is Mission Control Houston. The space shuttle now rolling over onto its back with a 7-minute ride into orbit. Discovery now making one last reach for the stars. Throttling down as the orbiter passes through the area of maximum pressure, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes supersonic.
Discovery Houston, you are go at throttle up.
Commander Steve Lindsay acknowledging the call from Capcom Charlie Hoba as Discovery's 3 main engines throttle back up. Lindsay is joined on the flight deck by pilot Eric Bowen, mission specialist Al Drew, and Nicole Stott. Mission specialist Mike Barrett and Steve Bowen. Discovery's 3 main engines are burning fuel at a rate that would drain an average swimming pool in about 25 seconds. The engines, combined with the solid rocket boosters, produce more than 7 million pounds of thrust. 1 minute, 50 seconds into the flight, we're standing by for separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. Discovery now traveling 2,695 miles an hour. Its altitude 24 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 29 miles. Booster separation confirmed. Discovery's guidance is now converging as the shuttle's onboard computers fine-tune the flight. Two minutes, 25 seconds into the flight, Discovery traveling 3,189 miles an hour. Its altitude 37 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 53 miles.
In Houston, we have a tally ho on the ISS out the front windows.
Great news, Discovery.
is a lot bigger since the last time I was here.
We've been busy.
Discovery is right above South America at this point in time, heading to the northeast, about to cross out over the Atlantic Ocean, still trailing back behind. The International Space Station now less than 40 miles separating the two spacecraft. Discovery is heading to a point 600 feet down below the International Space Station. Space Shuttle Discovery on its way toward performing this rendezvous pitch maneuver for the final time. Discovery was the first shuttle to ever do this maneuver back during STS-114.
My call, initiating RPM, 3, 2, 1, mark.
This RPM maneuver was created in the wake of Shuttle Columbia. It was put into every shuttle mission that has visited the space station since then. It gives the ground teams here in Houston a chance to take a look at the shuttle in detail to make sure that the outer part of the shuttle and the heat shield is as they expect it to be. Discovery putting on quite a show there as it and the space station fly over the northeastern part of South America, about to head out over the Atlantic Ocean. Now just 20 feet away. Discovery about to make some history here as it docks with the International Space Station for the final time. This will be the 13th time Discovery has visited the station. His first docking ever was Mir back on STS-91 back in June of '98. First time it greeted the space station was on STS-96 back in May of '99.
Station in Houston, Discovery has capture confirmed.
Docking confirmed in 1:14 p.m. Central Time.
Discovery copies, redirect.
Discovery has now made its final docking to the International Space Station.
Yay! Hey! All right.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello.
Steve, how's it
Hello. How you doing?
going? Hi, Steve.
Ema.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
How are you? Hello. Coming at you. Coming at you. Woohoo! Nicholas. Hello. Hello. You too. Excellent. 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 Video girl.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
I'm doing very good.
Hey, how are you?
We're doing what we do. You know, here's my buddy. I got it. Hey.
Nice to see you here.
Good to see you.
I know. Us too.
Great to see you.
See you.
Mr. Bob.
Hey,
Welcome.
hey, Katie, how are you? Good to see you. Sasha, good to see you.
Well, this place
Thank
is
you very much.
Isn't it
How
beautiful?
are you? Huge. I'm fine. You? I'm good, Katie.
Hey, how are you?
This seems so familiar. It's unbelievable. Look at you guys.
Woohoo.
Welcome, Marsha. Good to see you. Good.
Man, all these people.
Alberto.
The next big activity for some of the crew members will be to begin the installation of Express Logistics Carrier 4 onto the space station's truss structure. Mission specialists Mike Barrett and Nicole Stott will be taking up their station at the controls of Canadarm2 inside the station's cupola module, while Eric Bowe and Al Drew will be flying the space shuttle arm from the aft flight deck. Express Logistics Carrier 4 now being held above the shuttle payload bay by Canadarm2, lifted high enough to have cleared the OBSS on the starboard sill, as well as the permanent multi-purpose module in the payload bay behind it. And this wider perspective shot, you can see the shuttle arm poised to begin to move in to grapple that open fixture. And you can see the station arm from its base here on the underside of Harmony module, just below and left of the center in this view, holding the ELC out over the starboard edge of Discovery's payload bay. And here's a camera view inside the cupola. Nicole Stott is also making use of the camera views on the monitors in front of her as she flies Canadarm2 to move back in to re-grapple the ELC-4. This robotics workstation had previously been installed in the laboratory, and after the delivery of the cupola was relocated so that shuttle arm operators, in many cases, have a direct eyeball view of the activity of the robotic arm which they are controlling. Now I can see the ELC-4 in motion, the Canadarm2 being flown by Nicole Stott, now moving the ELC toward its installation position on the S3 truss segment.
Houston Station on the Big Loop for robotics. Go ahead. Yes, Stan, I just wanted to thank Mike for being the voice of ELC-4 up here today and let you guys know how much we appreciate your help and that it was really very impressive working from the cupola and watching how these arms work together and getting ELC berths to the truss.
Thanks for those words, Nicole, and you guys rock. It was wonderful watching you from here.
Like just wait, let it up against the corner, and Nicole sits back.
Okay, Nicole,
Okay,
describe
here we
your
are.
day.
All right, can you see the cupola?
Yes, they can.
All right, so this is a beautiful place to work from. You'll see we're pointing towards the Earth, just beautiful panoramic windows, and very fortunately we have the robotics workstation set up in here so that we can work with both the station arm and then in partnership with the guys over on the shuttle who have the shuttle robotic arm. And today Mike and I did some work moving the big shuttle boom out and around and handing it off to the shuttle arm. And then later, Katie and I got to do a task that we call a walk-off, which is where we take one end of the arm, put it on a place on the station, take the other end off, and now the base and the tip are exchanged. So basically, this arm is very cool because you can move it all over the space station to different spots, and it gives you different access to do all kinds of work across the space station.
So here we have B. Alvin Drew and Steve Bowen, uncharacteristically speechless. Actually, they can't talk because they're wearing masks. And the reason they're wearing masks is because they're terribly comfortable. And they're starting to pre-breathe oxygen to wash the nitrogen out of their bodies, getting ready for their spacewalk tomorrow. In about a half hour, we're going to shut the door here, and they're going to depress down to about 10.2 psi, roughly about 10,000 feet in altitude. And they'll spend the night there. And we'll let them out for a short time in the morning to hit the bathroom and clean up a little bit, and then we'll go back in here, and they'll be on masks for that. And once they get back in here, we'll get them all dressed up in their spacesuits and ready to go out the door.
Michael and Nicole and Paolo are getting Steve ready and here on the right. You can see Alvin over here on the left. Get ready for EVA-1.
The last few millimeters of mercury of pressure drop are the slowest. We're coming through about a half a psi, and it's taking forever to get down there so that Steve will be able to get the hatch open. But we're about 45 minutes ahead of the timeline.
Okay, we're on the flight deck of Discovery.
You have it, thank you, Al. All right, Nicole, I think
Steve and Al are out the door.
I'm done. Proceed.
That's correct, Steve. If Al has both the airlock cable and the extension cable, you can move over to the Node 3 end cone, and you'll be looking for handrail 0667. It's a radial handrail.
There's an up-close view of Steve Bowen as he works toward the end of the station's robotic arm.
Okay, Nick, I retrieve those bags and I'm off en route to the lab handrail. Okay, Al, you're heading over to lab handrail 0230-0216.
This is a view from Al Drew's helmet cam. He's moving around outside the station. You can see some of those gap spanners there that the crew members use to move from one section to another. Steve Bowen there getting the view of a lifetime down at the Earth below and the entire International Space Station complex.
Feeling good out there? Just bending and stretching. You know, you're going to wake up at some time. Going through the romper room song in my head. That coffee ought to be kicking in any time now.
Back behind Bowen in this view is Shuttle Discovery, which you can obviously see there, the nose of the orbiter. Down below him is a Japanese HTV cargo craft. You can also see the Columbus Laboratory there toward the right-hand side.
Okay, you're coming up on the guide. You're about a few inches out. To your left, continue the guide. Continue aft. I see both pins in the guide. I see both pins in the guide. Okay. Continue aft. Okay, count tests are complete on the EGT. Ready for settings.
All right, Al. Alpha 2, counterclockwise 2. All right, you're going to release the AGB bolt 2 to 4 turns.
That didn't work, Nicole. That's complete net.
Okay, Al, you can now move over to pull the T-handle out to the unlock position, and you should see 2 white lines visible once you do that.
All right.
What step are you guys on? Mike?
Right now they're in work bolting the pump module into place on this new location on the ESP2 there. So that's great. We got it off of the POA and onto the ESP2, and we're going to do a few cleanup steps and connections and caps.
Okay, go forward there.
This space station camera view shows us ELC-4 newly installed on the nadir side of the starboard truss, and the space station's robotic arm, which is moved out of the way. Just in the upper edge of the frame, you can see the spacewalkers translating out to near that ELC-4. That's where they'll be installing a wedge on a camera platform in order to tilt that camera stanchion away from the new spare parts platform to provide clearance for parts to be stored on it.
That's the info the cells when we showed up. Yep.
And from Houston, good numbers.
I don't see any jet. Okay, it looks like it's on there. Let's be real deliberate coming out of here, make sure our tethers are all tight. I totally agree.
Me too.
I was taking my rat off of the stanchion. I think you got it on there pretty good.
All right, you guys, I know there's more important things to do, but we want to take a picture of you.
Okay. Maybe not. You see them up there with the camera? I'm looking. Look out a second. Okay, see where I'm pointing? Right up there. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see them now. Okay, beautiful. Right here.
Excellent, you guys.
Okay. Okay, that's good. All right, back to work.
Cracking the whip now.
I did my job. Oh, you didn't need to get in your eye? Yeah, that's in the bottom.
And stand by, Al. Houston, if you agree, we're going to let Steve finish up the whip extender task and then head back to the airlock, and then we'll be ready for...
You're not going to sing, are you?
Message in a bottle. Okay, we'll be working message in a bottle next.
We got sunshine, so that'll be good. Outstanding.
That's Steve Bowen in the center of this camera view
I'll give you 1 second.
to get himself stabilized with the camera to get close-up pictures of Al Drew on the right as he performs the message in a bottle activity. And now from Al Drew's helmet camera, you can see in the lower right-hand corner, his right hand is holding the bottle.
All right, there you go. Okay.
Here he comes. B. Alvin Drew, first EVA. What are you going to do now, Al?
I'm going to have dinner like a quarter horse.
How was it?
That was awesome. Oh, man, that was great. The views were outstanding.
You looked fantastic out there. Looked totally natural.
I was faking it really well.
Faking it a little bit? All right, go get some food.
All right.
All right, and back here already pulling out his sleeping bag because I think sleeping is something he wants to do more than eating, maybe. Steve, how was it? EVA
It went well, actually. It went pretty well, I thought. I mean, Al was awesome. First time out the door, that was incredible.
Yeah,
Really
pretty
did.
great.
Very impressive.
Here's Mike Barrett,
Good morning.
who has about 18 things for breakfast. What are you having this morning?
Well, Steve Bowen stopped at the Starbucks and bought us all coffee.
Oh, good.
So that's where we're
Good.
starting.
Great.
And let's see, we're having granola.
Uh-huh.
Crunchy until you're rehydrated.
Uh-huh.
Scrambled eggs.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much everything is crunchy until you're rehydrated.
Uh-huh.
And let's see what else we have down here. Citrus fruit salad.
How about you, Bim?
I got some of the tasty stuff that Alvin had. Water.
Water? Good.
And I've also got in the heater over here, got some eggs going on, taking what Mike has and putting water in it, heating it up, cereal, and I'm going to have some yogurt.
That's pretty exciting. Well,
It's the start of a new day.
and what are you doing today?
Well, today Mike and I are going to move the PMM, which is the big module that's currently in Payload Bay of Discovery, over to the station, and that will complete the assembly of the ISS.
And what's your motivation?
My motivation?
Your motivation for doing well today?
Oh, for doing well today?
Yes.
Well, we want to make sure that station can continue through 2020 at least, and that we can continue with the science and great stuff that's going on
What's
up here.
your real personal? I thought
real personal motivation.
I thought Al's motivation was better than that.
What's Al's motivation? World peace.
He said if he didn't do a good job, because I told him if he didn't do a good job, I wouldn't let him back in the airlock.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
The
But I
negative
was standing next to you. You would have let him
That's true.
Houston Station on the Big Loop for Robo, and if you guys are set, we'll go ahead and start marching through step one of the PMM unberth and install.
This PMM is fairly large in size. It's 21 feet long, 15 feet in diameter. It's bringing up quite a number of supplies. It has 14 racks inside, which includes express rack number 8, which is an experiment rack. There are 6 resupply stowage platforms, 5 resupply stowage racks, and 2 integrated stowage platforms, so quite a bit of equipment coming up, including Robonaut 2. But it is bound for the Earth-facing side of Unity.
Houston Discovery on the Big Loop Robo, pushing in for the PMM grapple.
So here's a shot of our PMM coming in. You can see it's just about in position. The red glowing light in the bottom of the screen is the CBCS, the target with the light that it's going to. I'm going to go out the window.
It's neat that we have a camera that's mounted there that helps guide us in.
There's at the top of the cupola window, you can see the rest of the PMM coming in. And
all right, so how about some numbers?
Came out of this down here, the orbiter, which is sitting down there, the empty bays where it just came out of. Here's where Mike and Nikki are working on it. Just put it into its position. They're going to drive it in manually here shortly. There's a look at this beautiful robotics workstation.
Can you see it? Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. There's the controls that Mike's working on. You see his hands down on the hand controllers.
We're position hold, but we're still damping a little bit, so let's just give it a couple of potatoes. Got a little tiny bit of angle bounce, but it's pretty stable.
And here's a shot of our heroes at work, which is really hard to shoot. There's Mike. Wave to the camera, big smiles.
Hello, nice people.
They look happy.
We are happy.
We are happy.
There's happiness.
That's right. They're doing good.
So Mike Barrett and Nicole Stott's role so far on hold. They've done a good job of getting the PMM over to Unity.
RTL is complete, and your go for first stage capture.
Copy. Go maneuvers complete to RTL and go for first stage capture. And good job, Nicole and Mike.
Thank you.
Eric Bowe and Katie Coleman are going to be working on a common berthing mechanism. This is what will actually latch PMM onto Unity.
And Nicole and Mike on the big loop for the SSRMS. You are go for SSRMS mode to limp.
Copy, go for mode to limp.
I'll stow position, pressurization valve and taken to closed. Ratchet, latch position.
Pull out.
Top panel pull out.
Storage latch handle pull up.
Okay. You got that one?
This guy pull up?
Yep. I actually don't, you don't pull it, yeah, you just grab it like that. Just grab it. Yep.
Yeah, it's just kind of really darkness too, right?
They're all
So
little.
the top panel ratchet. You can take that off, seems good. Attach to that handrail right there if you want. And push, pull up.
Right? Lock it.
Yep.
There we go.
It's pins in.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right.
PMM
Now the fun comes.
with Robonaut, still hopefully with his seatbelt on.
Hey, I think he's in the window.
He's
Look.
looking through the window saying, "Let me out! I've been
Let me
sitting
out.
here
It's been 4 months.
4 months. What took you guys so long?"
As Lindsay and Bo get ready to open the hatch into PMM, their crewmates who are nearby in the Quest airlock for the EVA procedure review have called a timeout and have come out to watch.
Give it to one of those guys.
You guys ready? Here we go.
Go.
Let's do it. Ready?
You have the speech?
I don't have my camera. Oh, yeah. This goes
It was human.
It's my walking.
5:17 p.m. Houston time, the hatch is opened into the permanent multi-purpose module, the final pressurized module of the U.S. section of the International Space Station.
So just expect to see
You can see it right too, so you might be able to.
Wait. Thank you.
Wait, again.
Hey.
Sorry.
Oh. Handshake? All right.
You guys want to go in?
Oh yeah, we're going in. We're gonna have a whole everybody in there.
PMM party.
Get in there, Sasha. Good.
Заходите.
Все 12 человек?
Конечно. Почему нет?
Already has a fellow. He's Italian. That's like the crowd.
This we get to rename it Michelangelo. The fourth Ninja Turtle.
Wow.
It's got that new car.
You can hear me if you listen right here.
It's big.
Okay, what's the maximum occupancy in this bunch?
Thank you.
Depends how many people are on board station.
Yeah.
There's Robonaut.
Yeah. Coming.
Everybody put your head in this just a circle. Bring it back in
Whose names are these?
All the people that worked on
This
it.
range.
Wow.
You guys need to sign it too.
Yeah, you do.
360.
Write your name there. Where did we write? We wrote. Did we find them? Yep, there we are.
Pretty neat.
Cobra, me, Al.
I see Tim.
There's Mike.
Use our D3. That way you can get away with no
Where's
flash.
everybody?
Wow.
Nicole's here working out on the mid deck, getting ready for her day. How's it feeling?
Feeling good. This is nice. We get every day. We get scheduled. It's about 30 minutes to exercise, and the machine we have is a bike. We also have some straps we can use to work the arms out a little bit. and it's nice. Work up a little sweat and feel like we got the muscles going because we don't use those too much up here.
Good way to start the day.
Yeah.
So the guys are all suited up. We had a little leak problem with Steve's suit. It ended up being traced to an O-ring on one of the lithium hydroxide canisters we used to scrub the CO2. And the little O-ring had a bite taken out of it for whatever reason, and it was making the whole suit leak. So we found that out. We were lucky to have a spare in the airlock here, and put that on. Sealed him up, and he's good and tight. Right now, Nicole's going to check off all the tools and bags and make sure everything is exactly where it should be. Nick ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. She has all this in her head. And in her diagrams.
This guy doesn't like his bungee. This guy don't like his bungee.
What do you think? What are you going to do after this CBA? Are you going to go to Disney World?
Going straight to Disney World.
All right, just checking. You do good.
Okay, he's going to feet
He was
first.
proud,
So let's
boy.
turn it this way.
There's
Go the other way.
Steve with an assortment of bags, getting ready to go out the door.
That's good, just like
And here's
that.
our hard-working team of Mike,
Go a little bit farther there.
Paulo,
We may need to free
and
up this.
Nicole, who's always got a smile
We all
on her
right?
face.
Okay, and when you are ready, you can lift Awapa from the fram.
Awapa is off the fram and in my hands.
All right, and when you're comfortable, you can give Mike the go to the back-off position.
Mike, you have a go to proceed to the back-off position. Copy that, Steve. Great work. Arm's coming alive. We'll be with you momentarily.
Here's a shot of Steve Bowen still on the end of the station's robotic arm. He is on his way over to Discovery's payload bay to install this lightweight adapter plate into it.